What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back. Conan Exiles is out, and we're making this video today just to show you guys, how to get started pretty much in Conan Exiles. Now, this is the second time around we've actually tried doing this video. The first time around got corrupted and didn't actually work. So, first things first, we're just going to quickly talk about a few things. Now, you actually start off in this section here, the Broken Highway. You can see your character spawns here, and you pretty much follow a basic path leading up to this gate here. This gate here brings you into the main world, and it's pretty much where your journey begins. Now, essentially, when you start off in this section, you want to gather as much of the plant fibers, or the stone located on the ground. You see that there are little bits of branches like this one located on the ground in that area. There is also a water sack and a note waiting for you on a rock as you follow the path. Make sure to gather as many plant fiber materials and stones and whatnot that you can. Now, once you do these things, you'll eventually come to this little peninsula, or this little area. Once we figure out, there we go, you can see that we're down the bottom here. Now, I wouldn't recommend entering this zone until you're at least level 3. Now, you can currently tell your level. We're just going to quickly kill this thing. Yeah. Die. Sure. Okay, there you go. You can see we're dead. We killed it. Now, if you come into your inventory screen, this is pretty much... We're going to give you a quick rundown of things because we've done it before, but like I said, the video didn't work. So this is your left side. This is what you currently contain in your inventory. So you can see there we've got plant fibers, stones, seeds, all this sort of stuff, twine and everything. If you come over to your right side, you see that there's a bunch of crafting stuff. This is essentially what you can craft. Now, the first thing you need to... I recommend crafting when you're starting Conan Exiles is your armor. Now, you can see here, all it requires is plant fibers, and plant fibers are easily gatherable from the bushes located in that starting area. You need about 15 of them to be able to craft the full set of armor. Once you do that, definitely get into the fiber bedroll. Essentially, all you need for this is a bunch of plant fibers, some branches, and some twine. Now, to craft the twine, all you need is plant fiber, so don't freak out, just gather some more plant fiber. Like I said, you need to gather as much of the materials as you can before you leave that zone, because it really comes in handy, and twine is used for everything. Now, once you've got your bedroll, craft the pickaxe and the hatchet. This will essentially allow you to get more stone and more wood easier, and it allows you to make new resources and everything that you possibly need. Now, on consoles, one thing to note is that there is only the Radial Wheel. You can see here we currently have the Radial Wheel. Now, to activate this Radial Wheel, this is where your tools will actually be placed. You don't get a hotbar down the bottom like you do in Ark, so it's all located in this Radial Wheel. All you need to do is hold L1 on the PlayStation 4 or LB on the Xbox One, and this will bring up the Radial Wheel for you, where you can freely choose your tools and your weapons and even eat some meals. Now, they're the basics going into this. Make sure to take that into mind. But you definitely need to make sure that you focus on getting food and water as a priority first. Once you've exited that area, head straight down to these oceany river things, and you can then fill your water needs. As well as that, there are monsters running around in the area which you can kill for food. However, only do this once you have acquired the weapon. Now, we're going back into the inventory here. You can see there's a whole heap of different things located along the top row here. Now, this here is essentially your stats in leveling. You've got strength, agility, vitality, accuracy, grit, encumbrance, and survival. Each of these governs different skills, different things you can learn that allow you to survive easier in Conan Exiles. Agility, for example, allows you to move faster, and it doesn't drain as much stamina when sprinting. Strength obviously increases the amount of damage you do with your attacks. Vitality, your health. Accuracy, the amount of damage you do with ranged weapons. Grit determines the size of your stamina pool. Encumbrance is how much you can carry, and survival makes it easier to live on the land. So like eating raw meats doesn't poison you. You can see there, fish and butchery, every animal harvested provides extra resources. So all this stuff is essential to surviving in Conan Exiles. Do take in mind, however, that the maximum level in Conan Exiles at the moment is level 50, so you will only have level 50 levels in this game. Now we're going to put a few more points into agility. We're going to go some in encumbrance, and we are also going to go in grit. There we go. Now, once you've applied these points, you then can go over to Feats. Now, Feats is essentially your engram list. Hold on, there you go. You can choose what you want to learn, and you will learn a whole bunch of things. Now, you can see here we've got construction, decoration, survival, weapons, and armor, religion, and whatnot. Each of these different things teaches you a whole bunch of different learning things. So you can see here we've got construction level 1. This allows you to learn sandstone foundations, walls, ceilings, door frames, all this sort of stuff. Essentially all you need to do is scroll through it to see what you can learn from learning this particular thing. Now each of these cost a certain amount of points. You can see these points in the top right corner where it says the title of the thing, and underneath it is the points. You can see there costs 2. We're going to currently spend 2 points to learn shields, and you can see that we've got 7 points available because we are level 7. So there you go, you can see that we've just learned the shield engrams because it is now green. Orange means you can learn them, red means you're not high enough level yet. So that is everything you need to know on the Feats section. Now if you come back into your inventory, you'll see that we actually have access to craft the shields that were here. However, we don't have the necessary materials. Some of the weapons or materials or items that you see don't actually craft in your inventory. They'll actually say that you need to craft them on, certain things. So you can see they're handcrafted, and the shell shield is crafted at an armorer's bench. This goes to say for certain weapons and materials and whatnot. So do take that into mind as well when learning the particular weapon or armor that you need. Now, you saw there we need wood and twine, I believe, so you can actually harvest trees and stones using R1 and R2 of the hatchet or the pickaxe even. Pickaxe is obviously better suited for harvesting rocks and whatnot, whereas the pickaxe is better for harvesting trees. However, you still can gather bark, which I'm told is a rare commodity from trees using the pickaxe, so do take that into mind as well. But right now we are going to learn we can't learn the bone shield, we don't have enough bones, so we are going to learn the wooden shield. Now we can see that we need twine. Just craft up a bunch of twine. There we go. Now you can put a whole heap of stuff on cooldown for crafting. You can see there the crafting queue is slowly depleting, but it just takes time. You can see you get a little overview of it in the bottom right hand corner. So there is that. Now as well as that, you do need to learn, I would recommend the Campfire, because the Campfire will definitely save your life. It'll allow you to cook meals and allow you to refill your hunger meter. However, you can eat eggs if your hunger meter does start to deplete. You can also eat raw meat. However, I wouldn't recommend it because it will kill you slowly. So that is pretty much all you guys need to know for the basics of Conan Exiles. You will find thrall camps located around the map. Do take into mind that these are rather difficult if you can easily get overwhelmed by the enemies there. So make sure you are familiar with the combat system and how it all works. You can see we're currently taking on this thing. There we go. And we're able to deal out quite a bit of damage to it. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is. As you go along with Conan Exiles, you will learn the game, and we will also be putting out some more of these videos. So do feel free to subscribe for more Conan Exile videos and everything you need to know for that. You can see there we gained a level. Hands down, combat is the easiest way to gain levels, so do take that into mind as well. These poor little things are running away from us because they are crap scared that we're going to slaughter them. Well, they couldn't be more correct. So that'll pretty much conclude this video today, guys. Like I said, as well, pickaxes for meat, hatchets for hide. You can see there we got more. Well, we didn't get any meat from that actually. Now, one last little bit of advice I'd like to give before we end this video is that you should definitely not stay in this bottom section of the map. Hold on, there we go. You can see the map there. Definitely do not want to stay in this bottom section. You want to try and make your way up here because that is where the more valuable minerals are. The further north you go, or the further west you go, or the further east you go, the more valuable the materials that you will find there, which allows you to craft new weapons, new armor and whatnot. So do take that into mind as well. You definitely do want to head up into those areas because that is where you'll find the best materials and the best resources for everything. And that is definitely somewhere where, that is definitely somewhere where you want to build one of your bases, or, just one of your outposts and whatnot. So take that into mind as well, guys, because you will definitely want to build up there. So that was the last little bit of tidbit information I'd like to share with you guys. We've mentioned pretty much everything you guys need to know for getting started in Conan Exiles. So hopefully it has helped you. Hopefully you feel a little bit more comfortable getting into the game. It's quite a fun game from what I've been able to tell so far. The only thing I dislike is the slight camera angles when fighting. You can see it's a little bit of a top-down kind of thing. I'm not 100% of a fan of it. But once you get used to it, the combat is pretty easy to work your way around, and you can deal quite a bit of damage. And you can then get different weaponry and ranged weaponry to deal with these guys and other enemies. So take that into consideration as well. But that'll pretty much conclude this video, guys. Hopefully you have found it useful. And stay tuned for more Conan Exiles video, guys.
This soul